Good morning, my dear students. Now we are going to talk about Unit 5 Plants in Daily Life. Learning objectives able to acquire knowledge about various types and uses of plants, and able to understand the economic importance of plants, and able to appreciate the interrelationship between plants and animals and its economical importance. Just for one, just introduction. We are living in a green planet. Plenty of natural plant resources are around us. Economic botany basically deals with all providing plants relation to human welfare as food, clothing, shelter, and medicine either directly or indirectly. Okay. Indirect usage includes the needs of man's livestock and the maintenance of the environment. The benefits may be domestic, commercial, environmental, or aesthetic. Plants bring about economy to the country in Western, and it is fact that the wealth of any country largely depends upon its agriculture and plant producers. So what is the economic botany? Economic botany is a study of relationship between people and plants and the uses of plants in economically. The economic botany is a study of relationship between people and plants and the uses of plants in economically. Okay. In this lesson, let us discuss about the different plants of economic uses in relation to mankind based on the economic values and uses. Plants may be broadly classified as follows. In this lesson, let us discuss about the different crop plants of economic uses in relation to mankind. Based on the economic values and uses, plants may be broadly classified as follows. First one, plant as food. Plant as food and spice yielding plants and medicinal plants and fiber yielding plants and timber yielding plants and ornamental plants. What is the plants as food? Plants are the main source of food for humans. Plants are the main source of food for humans. These plants are known as food plants. Plants are the main source of food or for humans. These plants are known as food plants. Okay. We eat different types of we eat different parts of plants such as root, stem, leaf, seed, and ripe fruits. We can classify the food plant as following. Okay. First one, ornamental plants are grown for decorative purposes and plant as food, provide nutrition and energy via fruits. Timbers give useful hardwoods and softwoods, and spices give spices that are used for flavoring, coloring, or preserving food, and fiber yielding plants give textile, cordage, and filling fibers. And medicinal plants contains chemical compounds which are useful in fight against germs. And the animal plant interaction, natural relationship between animals and plants are economically significant to us. Plants protect environment. Plants are useful in protecting environment. Vegetables, carrots, pulses. Pulses plants are give us coffee, tea, sugar, and raw materials. Vegetables. We get vegetables from different parts of the plants: roots, leaves, stems, flowers, and fruits. First, root. Example beetroot, carrot, leaves, curry leaves and cabbage, stem, potato, yam, and flowers, banana flowers and cauliflower, and fruits, amla, goya, etc. And pulses. Pulses are edible seeds of plants, legume family. Pulses are secured in foods and Bengal gram and green mung bean. Okay. Next one, spices. Spices are aromatic parts of tropical plants. Traditionally used to flavor the food. Spices come from the bark or roots of certain plants, leaves, flowers, or stems of plants primarily used to flowering, coloring, and serving food. Spices used in India. Following spices are included in a variety of Indian dishes: cardamom, black pepper, curry leaves, and fenugreek and fennel, and etc. Medicinal plants. Some of the plants around us are good in healing our diseases. We call these plants as medicinal plants. Some of the plants around us are good in healing our diseases. We call these plants as medicinal plants. The alleviative bands, cut, cold, fever, sneezes, and more. Some chemical compounds in the medicinal plants act against insects, fungi, and certain germs. Medicinal plants are considered as rich resource of ingredients which can be used in drug preparation. And fiber yielding plants. Plants which give plants which give us fibers necessary for our uses are called as fiber yielding plants. The fiber from these plants can be spun into thread, rope, and cloth. These fibers are called as natural fibers. We can classify the fiber yielding plants into two types based on the uses and the parts of the plant from where we get the fiber. Based on use: textile fibers, cotton, and cottage fibers, coconut fiber, and filling fibers, silk cotton. And based on the plant parts, plant fiber includes seed has example cotton, stem fibers, flax, jute, and leaf fibers, agave, and husk fibers, coconut. And timber yielding plants. Next one, timber yielding plants. The wood needed for the construction of buildings and making of furniture are obtained from certain plants. We use wood for those purposes due to the features like durability and stylish finishing and resistance to temperature changes. All commercial timbers are classified into two classes: one hardwoods and softwoods, based essentially on their structure. First one, hardwoods. Hardwoods are angiosperms, the largest group of land plants. High quality furniture, desk, flooring, and wooden construction are being made only using hardwood. Example deck, jackfruit, and softwoods. Softwoods come from gymnosperm trees. Certain angiosperms also yield softwood. Softwoods have a wide range of applications such as making plywood, wooden boxes, medium density fiberboard, and MDF, and paper making, for example, bamboo and pine. Next one, ornamental plants. Plants which are grown for aesthetic reasons are called as ornamental plants. Producing flowers from floral plant is the important section of horticulture. For example, jasmine, rose, etc. To decorate houses, garden, and parks, we are planting shrubs such as hibiscus. grape, jasmine, and crotons and clumbers like mullai, alamanda, and bougainvillea trees such as golden flower tree, mandarai, Dronix tree, etc. Next, interrelationship between plants and animals. So, animal plants interaction. Animals rely on plants for their food and shelter. Relationship benefits not only animals but also plants. Such relationship is economically significant. For example, silkworms feed on mulberry leaves and live on mulberry plants. The relationship between a worm and plant is economically used for us in silk production. Animal pests and bears are essential for cross pollination of plants. Other uses of plants maintain soil fertility. First one, maintain soil fertility. So, what is the maintain soil fertility? Plants maintain soil fertility. The droppings and shielding of leaves, fruits, and the other parts degrade in the soil to form humus. This humus increases soil fertility. Example plants like blue-green algae and bacteria like Pseudomonas are also extensively used to fix nitrogen in the soil for agriculture and prevent soil erosion. Plants, when grown in dense wind, prevent soil erosion. In times of wind or flood, the fertile top layer of soil is carried away by air or water. This prevented by plants is grown around. Next, biofuels. Some plants are also grown for the sake of biofuels. Plant fuel is less toxic as it does not emit harmful gases and also less expensive. For example, jatoba and sugar mist, etc. And rubber and natural plastics. We obtain rubber for tire wiring, seeds, etc. for plants, etc. from plants. Natural plastic are also produced from plants which are biodegradable. So it does not do harm to our environment. And neem oil and coated urea. Farmers in India used urea as a fertilizer to increase the agriculture productivity. Indian scientists made neem coated urea, which released nitrogen gradually and helps the plants to absorb maximum nitrogen. It reduces the impact of urea on an environment. Students, today practice question: what is food? What is medicinal plants? What is a you write the uses of name. Thank you, students. God bless you.